At IPPL, the entire operations in our terminal are under constant supervision and are monitored from a central control room. This process begins at the cross-country pipelines. Liquid propane is circulated through the cross-country pipeline at minus 40 degrees Celsius from the storage tanks to bring down the temperature of the pipeline to approximately the ship's cargo temperature. This process is called pre-cooling and takes about 2 days. After the cargo ship arrives and before unloading begins, the sample of the cargo, that is propane and butane from the ship, is sent to a NABL accredited lab located inside the terminal for testing. After the test results confirm IS 4576-1999 certification, the unloading of the ship commences. First, propane is unloaded and transferred to the storage tank via the cross-country pipeline by the ship's pump at a flow rate of 500 to 800 tons per hour. As the liquid from the ship flows through the pipeline into the propane storage tank, vapor gets generated due to the interaction of the cargo product with the product already existing inside the pipeline and the storage tank. As the unloading of the propane is completed, the temperature of the cross-country pipeline remains close to minus 35 degrees Celsius. Then, unloading of liquid butane from the ship begins at minus 5 degrees Celsius, following the same philosophy as unloading of propane. The valves of the manifold section are switched when the cargo switches from propane to butane and vice versa. Being an atmospheric tank, the pressure in the tanks is not allowed to build up to more than 1500 mm water column. To maintain this, the number of compressors to be put on duty is determined. Vapor generated during ship unloading is drawn via compressors, which compress the vapor to liquid propane in 2 stages. The compressed gas is made to flow through the condenser via separator. In the case of butane, the compression is done in 1 stage. The liquefied product, LPG, is now sent and stored in mounted bullets. The LPG is now drawn from mounted bullets with pumps to fill road tankers. After the ship unloading operation, propane is stored in propane storage tank at a temperature of minus 40 degrees Celsius to minus 42 degrees Celsius. And butane is stored in butane storage tank at a temperature of minus 2 degrees Celsius to minus 5 degrees Celsius. Each tank has 3 in-tank pumps. Propane and butane are transferred to the heating section by these pumps. In the first stage, refrigerated propane is heated in the heat exchanger by condensing hot propane vapor with low pressure steam to raise the temperature of propane to about 8 degrees Celsius. In the second stage, the steam condensate is used to heat propane from 8 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. Similarly, butane is heated from minus 5 degrees Celsius to plus 15 degrees Celsius via the heat exchanger. Both the liquids are now mixed in a static mixture as per IS 4576 specification. The ratio of the propane and butane in the final mix is controlled by an online vapor pressure analyzer and pressure control valves. After mixing propane and butane, LPG is formed. Ethyl mercaptan is thus injected into the blended LPG at a rate of 20 parts per million to induce odor. The mix is now sent to the loading bay. The LPG is filled into road tanker at a flow rate of 18 to 20 metric tons per hour per loading bay. The loaded road tankers are then dispatched for distribution.